Let's now move on the map to North Carolina.
Breaking news as Hurricane Helene gets closer to making landfall.
At least 92 people are still unaccounted for.
Parts of North Carolina remain underwater.
Devastation from the hurricanes that just hit. And
thousands still without electricity.
Preparing for that major flooding.
Category 4 hurricane.
Historic flooding, high winds, and more heavy rain.
My name is Sarah Rittenberry. Me and my husband and our 2 kids lost our home in the flood from Hurricane Helene. We have my husband Brian, we have Landon who is 13, and Carson who is 7. We moved into our home, the home we lost, in 2015. We bought it and it was ours, our forever home, the only home that Carson knew as home. Landon had moved, a couple times through his childhood, but that was Carson's only home this far, and he doesn't do well with change, but he has been amazing. The 26th, the night, we stayed up all night and we all just kept going out every hour, checking the creek, watching the levels. At 3 o'clock that morning, I got the alert on my phone to seek higher grounds. So I got up, I put some coffee on, told Brian we had to make a decision, so we went and checked the creek. We went ahead, packed to-go bags. Our getaway, our plan was to go to my mom's house in Maggie Valley. We called the sheriff's department and was told we could not get to Moody Farm as it was already blocked off and flooding. So then it was like, okay, what do we do? Do we risk driving in it and getting hurt, or staying here to see what happens? So I was so scared and I didn't know what to decide. I took the time to explain to the kids at that point that it was better to go ahead and do it now than to wait until the water came and get out. We went in, we grabbed the dogs. He was going to carry them one at a time, but by the time he was going down the steps, the creek started rushing in. And Landon got the cat and we went to Ingalls on the Hill. And I had made a quick post that that's where we were, because at that point I couldn't get a hold of my mom. I made that post and then it was like service just quit for everybody. But my aunt, she lives on Jonathan Creek, and she happened to see that post, and they left Jonathan Creek. Her and my Uncle Randy came to Ingalls on the Hill and was like, listen, Sarah, y'all come with us. We're in the RV, but we're up on the hill. It's safe. If you go with us now, we can get there before Jonathan Creek comes out. She came to us, and that's when we found out that it had flooded. And it probably, at that point, we didn't realize the extent of it, but we went later on that day after the water started going down to realize that it had completely took Landon's bedroom, the bathroom, and some of Carson's room is still there, but the way it's hanging over the bank is not safe. It took 17 feet of our front yard is now a bank, and the creek runs right under where our trailer, that half that's gone, was. I remember stepping out of the truck and just screaming. I was in shock, and it was, how am I going to tell my kids we have no home? Was definitely the hardest part. Was how was I going to tell them that it was ruined? Landon would have been in that bedroom. He would have been, and he would have been gone. We're so thankful that we made that decision of getting out. And if I hope I never have to go through it again, but definitely get out is key. Don't wait it out. The community as a whole for everybody has been absolutely amazing. The community has just jumped in and helped not only us, but everybody. Everybody. The community has showed up and showed out. Our experience with FEMA has been great. We put our claim in on the mobile home and they were there 2 days later to do their thing. And our caseworker, he was amazing. He was upfront with us, honest. We're still waiting to hear back, but I know it's a process. He told us that 9 times out of 10, when people don't receive the full help they can, that it's missing documentation. They forgot to upload something. I mean, because they do have to have, you know, proof. They have to back themselves as well. There are FEMA locations that set up, and if you're struggling with it, go to them for sure, because they help you. Hopefully they'll at least help us replace the mobile home. Unfortunately, it cannot go back where our trailer was. We rented the lot and it took 17 feet of the yard, and it's now an unstable bank. I don't feel like Waynesville as itself, Waynesville has had the media coverage. I kind of feel like we're the town that's just kind of like not forgotten, but just we've not been out there. Like, they haven't really showed Waynesville. I would like the media to see just how strong WNC is and how they've all come together to help each other. Brian's place of employment has been wonderful. Mine, not as much. They thought in a week that it would just be okay. And I put in for a leave of absence and was denied for that leave of absence for a month. And they did work out a personal leave, but I feel like people don't realize how long it actually takes to come back from something like this, and how timely it can be. It's definitely a process, and it's a day-to-day process. We take it one day at a time. I see ourselves moving forward right now. We're in my great-grandmother's trailer. It is a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. We're adjusting to 1 bathroom. Everybody's used to having 2, but we are embracing it. It is smaller, so we're able to talk to each other through the bedrooms. So we're embracing that. I felt bad for crying because I'm so thankful we have a roof over our head, but I do miss home. And home is just the smell of home. We had our children's hat on the wall and just little things like that. Our little neighbor Shirley, bless her heart, she's absolutely devastated that we're not there now and that we can't put anything back there. But I told her we're not far away. We will come visit her. She loves our boys so much. Our neighbor Robin too, to the right of us. My boys call her Granny Robin. And I asked her if she needed anything, and she's like, I just need y'all. Me and Robin, we were the kind of neighbors that we just walked into each other's house. Like, hey, you got some sugar? You know, we didn't knock. We were just neighbors like that. Our little family, we ask for prayers because God is definitely guiding our journey. Even though it is a disaster, we do know that something will come out of this. Even through the devastation, it's been a positive change. I mean, just the amount of love that we have felt from everybody, from friends, family, strangers, has just been amazing. It's been a beautiful thing to watch. They just wrap their arms around us, and it's made the journey so much easier. I would say to the ones that are affected, just stay strong in your faith, trust in God in the process, and we'll all get through it together. Home to me is where my husband and my kids are. And I explained that to Carson, our youngest, because his little lip quivered. And he said, so it's not home anymore, Mama? And I said, home is wherever we are. So that is definitely home. anywhere can be home as long as we're all together.